Hi and welcome to my workshop. You are watching Casual DIY channel. In today's video I want to present you Ortur Laser Master 3 with an air pump as well and a 20-watt module. And in today's video I'm going to talk you through and show you the detailed assembly of this machine, and we're going to go through some really cool testing as well so you can see what this laser can actually do. So let's have a look at the content of this box. And I have to say, this is the nicest packaged laser you're gonna come across. Let's have a look at it. All right, and that's what you get in the box itself. There's not many parts, so the assembly should go nice and quick, okay? That's the air pump I've got additionally to the laser itself, okay? And I do really recommend having an air pump, especially when you've got a 20-watt module. With that power, it's more than capable of cutting things, and you really want to have an air pump when cutting. Now, look at this. This module is absolutely tiny for 20 watts. Plus, it has got on board focal point set foot, okay? So it's super easy to actually set the focal point for this module. Right, let's put this bad boy together. Now, the easiest way to actually assemble this laser is to start off with everything upside down. So that's the back frame. It does have this little switch on the top over here for the Y motor or for the YRR. So basically it's an additional accessory that you need to buy, but you know, the ease of use with it and how to connect it is super simple. So let's flip this over. Obviously watch out for that switch here so it doesn't get damaged. Now it's time for the left and the right hand sides. You do actually have an indication which one is which just on this notch here. So that's the left side, that's the right side. However, obviously everything's upside down, so it's the other way around. And then the front of the machine. On the back we do have this Y-axis wire that we need to thread through this side, okay? There is a slot just over here and we just need to thread the cable through. And it comes out on the other side. To connect the frame together, we're going to need the M4 8mm screws. And it's really simple to put the frame together just like so. No issues at all. And I'm going to repeat the process on the other side. Now it's time to install the X-axis, okay, with the motor, and that is the plate that will be holding the laser. Again, we're going to do it upside down, just like that, and you do have these wheels over here on each side, and we just need to thread the sides through those. Right, now it's time to install the front of our machine. Again, we are still upside down. The wire here, there is a tiny slot just in the middle here, so pull the wire into that slot so it's out of the way, and in the same way we're just going to install the front of the machine. Same thing on the other side. Now, as we are at this position, straight away we can install the Y-axis motor to the slot itself. Everything is clearly marked, so there's really no problems of getting something wrong. Now it's time to install the pulleys themselves and the belts, okay? At the front of the machines you've got these little hooks where you need to install these pulleys. Don't tighten the bolt on this pulley yet, as we need to install the belt first. In the back panel of our laser you do have that entry hole, and in there you've got a black cogged wheel that we need to put through our belt. It's actually quite easy to do, and now at the front of the machine we've got our pulley here, and we're going to put the belt over it, okay? Right, we are at the brackets with the pulleys again, as we need to install these M4 screws. They will allow us to set the correct distance for the pulley so the tension on the belt is correct. Again, don't tension this yet. And the same thing with the other screw on the other side. Now we need to move the X-axis to the back of the machine, making sure it's all the way back. It's very important for the X-axis to be at the back on both sides, as that will dictate the accuracy we're going to have later on. With the X-axis at the back, we can put the timing belt through that little notch here, just like that, making sure that the X-axis has not moved. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now we can tighten the belts, okay? We're going to use that little screw that we installed just in here. It will push the pulley to the correct position, and actually over here there's a picture of where that bolt needs to be to have the correct tension. When you're in the correct position, you can lock the pulley. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. We can finally flip the machine over just like that, and as you can see, you've got a port just over here for the Wi-Fi aerial, so just screw that in. And obviously that will mean the machine has got Wi-Fi connectivity and an application that you can use on your phone or tablet to operate this machine. On each side at the front of the machine you will have those holes, 1 and 2, same thing on the other side. Now you do get these little screws that they need to go in there. They're basically limit screws, okay? With the 20-watt module you need to use the second screw, so away from the front of the machine on each side. Now I'm going to install the main wire. This bunch of cables will go in the middle just over here for the X-axis to be installed. However, that one slot goes in the motherboard just over here. On the side of the frame just over here you've got a series of holes. That's for the cable ties, okay, so you can manage your wiring. And on the X-axis where the motor is, you do have that little bracket here to attach your cable. Straight away we can attach the wires for the motor itself, so that's the X-axis, and all the wires are clearly marked, okay, so there's no way of making any errors here. Now we can install the module itself. It goes in the bracket just like so, slides over, and you do get this screw to secure it in place at a certain height you need, and that goes just in the side here. With the module now installed, we can take care of the wiring. Again, you're not going to make any mistakes here. That's for the laser. We're looking for the L, and it goes just like so. And that's done. Again, the additional wires, they are for the accessories that you can get for this machine. This laser module has got built-in air assist, which is absolutely fantastic feature, okay? So you got a plastic plug over here, and basically you can install the air pump hose through there. With that securely in place, we can do the rest of the cable management here with some cable ties. Just make sure the cables are long enough for the machine to reach every single part of the frame. Okay, last few things left to connect. Now that's the hose for the air pump, which is over here. Okay, I already plugged in the power cord to the outlet, and the control for the air pump is actually on the power cable, so basically you can switch it on and adjust the air pressure to whatever needs you've got. Okay, so the air hose from the module itself goes in the slot over here. Make sure it's nice and steady in there so it doesn't fall out. Power brick already connected to the power supplies, that goes on this side here. Now the USB cable, so you can connect it to your laptop or PC. I've got my laptop over here. And more or less, that is it. It's going to take you about 15 or 20 minutes to put this bad boy together. It's not hard at all. So that's your on-off switch just over here with an LED ring in there, so it will indicate if there's any issues, problems, or if the machine is working absolutely fine. Next, you've got the first safety feature, which is the lock key, just like so. Make sure it's in the on position. It's a great safety feature if you've got small kids running around your workshop, or basically if you are sharing your workshop and you don't want to anybody else to use the machine, so you can just take the key off and nobody will be able to use the machine. Then you've got the emergency stop button. Make sure it's switched off, okay, in the off position, so you can actually use the laser itself. So that's another great safety feature. Now on the back front panel over here, you've got a slot for the SD card, reset button, and a boot button as well. Now I'm going to switch on my laptop. I'm going to be using a Lightburn to actually operate this machine and do all the tests today. However, you can use a free software called Laser GRBL as well. It's supported by this machine with no issues at all. First of all, we're going to do an engraving test. After that, we're going to do a cutting test, 3mm plywood. I think I've got 4 and 5mm plywood as well, so we can check those out as well. But after those, there will be plenty more tests to see the true capabilities of this laser. Right, so before we're actually going to start any work, for every single piece of material, we need to set up the focal length, okay? On the side of this module, we've got this retractable little foot that you need to place on the material, okay? So we're going to loosen up the module, lower it down until that little foot touches the material, lock it in place, retract the foot, we're ready to go. Well, I have to say, you can clearly see how powerful this laser really is. Look at that. It almost, well, actually, it went through. Look at that. It went through. That's 3mm plywood, by the way. That's 2000 millimeters per minute, 100% power, and it actually went through. That's quite good going. And look at that. 20,000 millimeters per minute, that's the top speed this machine can achieve, and even at 20% power it looks absolutely fabulous. Look at that. Quality of the engraving is great. It's actually quite deep even in the faster settings. Look at that. Brilliant machine. Plenty of power under the hood. Right, let's do the cutting test. 3mm plywood first. Okay, let's have a look at the results, but I think the results are to be expected. With a powerful 20-watt laser, all the tiles are empty. Brilliant performance, even at 400 millimeters per minute, 80% power, no issues at all. Okay, we're going to test 4mm ply now. Right then, let's check out 4mm. The last one is not coming out. You can see the marks. It left some marks on the back, but definitely not coming out. So 4mm, we got to 400 millimeters per minute, 90% power. Not too bad at all. Let's try 6mm now. Right, let's check out the results for cutting 6mm plywood. Right now. That's not bad going. Maybe 300. Yeah, there we go. That's the last one. That's definitely the last one. So, not too bad at all. 6mm plywood, 300 millimeters per minute at 90% power. 20-watt module, guys. Really good performance here. And obviously, nice and clean cuts, no overburn. And that's thanks to the quality of the laser module itself, and obviously the air assist as well. Right, let's carry on with some more tests. Right then, let's have a look how this laser can cope with cutting pine boards. First of all, 14 millimeters. Let's have a look how many passes it will need to cut through. At this point, I just want to say a quick thank you to the sponsors of today's video, which is Ortur themselves. Thank you for providing the machine for some testing and project work in the future and supporting the channel. Ortur, thank you very much. And there you have it, 14mm pine board in only 3 passes. And I've actually forgot to turn on the air assist as well. And look at the quality. Absolutely fantastic. No overburn, even without the air assist in this case. Thanks to the power of this laser, 3 passes, 14mm pine board. Really nice. Look at that, hardly any burning on that at all. Right, 17mm. Let's have a look. Okay, so let's go through a few specs when it comes to this machine. As I mentioned, 20-watt module, so fairly powerful there. The laser spot is 0.08 by 0.08, so really ultra fine for those fantastic engraving details. Working area in this case, as it is the larger laser module, you've got 400mm by 380mm. If you're interested in an engraving steel, well, this machine can use the grayscale engraving, and through the chemical reaction of stainless steel, you can achieve really nice colors on your stainless steel projects. And another safety feature that the laser module is equipped with is the laser protection observation window. Well, I wasn't expecting that. 17mm in 3 passes as well. Now, that is really good going. And again, nice and clean cut. Slight overburn on this piece, but nothing major. Nice and clean on the other side. Not much of a burning on the inside. Really quality module here, guys. Really nice. Let's have a go at it. 20mm. Let's see if it will be able to cut through this. Well, that wasn't bad going either. 20mm pine board in only 7 passes. And check that out. Not that much of a burning on it either. Really good quality, no overburn. Really nice, I have to say. I'm well impressed with this 20-watt module. Now I've got a piece of steel, so let's engrave in steel. The settings here are 1000mm per minute, 100% power. Let's go. Well, I think we can clearly see I used way too much power for this. Look at that. Due to the heat, it just bent the whole plate. The engraving itself is absolutely fabulous. Really nice detail, accurate. But yeah, definitely way too more power for this setting. And it just shows how powerful this module really is. Okay, I've got a piece of plywood in here. Let's engrave my photo with 20,000mm per minute, 100% power. And let's see what type of performance we can get. Well, I have to say, when it comes to engraving, this machine is absolutely stunning. Look at that, 20,000mm per minute, 100% power. And the detail, look at the glasses, the eyes, absolutely fantastic quality, guys. Ortur can definitely produce a laser module that gives amazing engraving details. Really nice. Alright, I've got a small piece of slate. Let's engrave that. So that's 2000 millimeters per minute, 100% power. Let's have a look. Check that out. That came out absolutely fabulous. Super results, I have to say. Ah, looks amazing. The detail, the quality on this, brilliant. And now it's time for the white ceramic tile test. And again, by the looks of things, really good results. Quite deep to the touch. As you can see, I've done other lasers on here, but with Ortur, very, very nice and solid results, as to be expected. And there you go, guys. Absolutely fantastic machine. It does everything that it says on the box, really to high quality and standards. Now, I'm actually quite surprised how quiet the machine is, the laser itself with the fans and the air pump as well. They're fairly quiet compared to its competitors. And the size of the module really surprised me. With 20 watts, I was expecting something bigger, and that is saying something that they are putting a lot of attention to detail to make sure everything is nice and compact. I do have other Ortur machines, and an engraving was top notch. And again, in this case, it's absolutely stunning. And I think the engraving for this machine is really to a very high standard. But saying that, it's still quite capable of cutting thicker materials like 6mm plywood. Look at that, 300 millimeters per minute, 90% power. That's the top that it managed to achieve, and that's a very solid result for a 20-watt module. Engraving in steel or slate, no issues at all. So if you have a business idea and you don't want to spend or invest too much money at start, this is a very well priced machine that really delivers the specs that you may need for your upcoming business. Now, I hope today's video brought you some information about what you can expect from this machine and how it looks like, how it operates, and so far no issues at all, as to be expected from Ortur brand. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to smack that like button down below, and if you've got any more questions about this machine, you know where the comments section is. However, I will be making a project video with this as well, just to showcase a little bit more of its capabilities. So make sure to stick around on my channel, as that video is coming very, very shortly. But in the meantime, as you wait, I do have really cool playlists for you just over here with plenty of cool videos that I already made. So hopefully I'll see you on those videos there. Take care.